Chapter 4. The Levites. Numbers 3, 1-39. These also are the generations of Aaron and Moses in the day that the Lord spake with Moses in Mount Sinai. And these are the names of the sons of Aaron: Nadab the firstborn, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. These are the names of the sons of Aaron, the priests which were anointed, whom he consecrated to minister in the priest's office. And Nadab and Abihu died before the Lord, when they offered strange fire before the Lord in the wilderness of Sinai, and they had no children, and Eleazar and Ithamar ministered in the priest's office in the sight of Aaron their father. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Bring the tribe of Levi near, and present them before Aaron the priest, that they may minister unto him. And they shall keep his charge, and the charge of the whole congregation before the tabernacle of the congregation, to do the service of the tabernacle. And they shall keep all the instruments of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the charge of the children of Israel, to do the service of the tabernacle. And thou shalt give the Levites unto Aaron and to his sons; they are wholly given unto him out of the children of Israel. And thou shalt appoint Aaron and his sons, and they shall wait on their priest's office, and the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, And behold, I have taken the Levites from among the children of Israel, instead of all the firstborn that openeth the matrix among the children of Israel. Therefore the Levites shall be mine. Because all the firstborn are mine, for on the day that I smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, I hallowed unto me all the firstborn in Israel, both man and beast. Mine shall they be. I am the Lord. And the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, saying, Number the children of Levi after the house of their fathers, by their families. Every male from a month old and upwards shalt thou number them. And Moses numbered them according to the word of the Lord, as he was commanded. And these were the sons of Levi by their names: Gershon, and Kohath, and Merari. And these are the names of the sons of Gershon by their families: Libni and Shimei. And the sons of Kohath by their families: Amram and Issachar, Hebron and Uzziel. And the sons of Merari by their families: Mali and Mushi. These are the families of the Levites according to the house of their fathers. Of Gershon was the family of the Libnites, and the family of the Shimites. These are the families of the Gershonites. Those that were numbered of them according to the number of all the males from a month old and upward, even those that were numbered of them, were 7,500. The families of the Gershonites shall pitch behind the tabernacle westward. And the chief of the house of the father of the Gershonites shall be Eliasaph the son of Lael. And the charge of the sons of Gershon in the tabernacle of the congregation shall be the tabernacle, and the tent, the covering thereof, and the hanging for the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the hangings of the courts, and the curtain for the door of the court, which is by the tabernacle, and by the altar round about, and the cords of it for all the service thereof. And of Kohath was the family of the Amramites, and the family of the Issacharites, and the family of the Hebronites, and the family of the Uzzielites. These are the families of the Kohathites. In the number of all the males from a month old and upward were 8,600, keeping the charge of the sanctuary. The families of the sons of Kohath shall pitch on the side of the tabernacle southward. And the chief of the house of the father of the families of the Kohathites shall be Elizaphan the son of Uzziel. And their charge shall be the ark, and the table, and the candlestick, and the altars, and the vessels of the sanctuary wherewith they minister, and the hanging, and all the service thereof. And Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest shall be chief over the chief of the Levites, and have the oversight of them that keep the charge of the sanctuary. Of Merari was the family of the Mahlites, and the family of the Mushites. These are the families of Merari. And those that were numbered of them, according to the number of all the males from a month old and upward, were 6,200. And the chief of the house of the father of the families of Merari was Zuriel the son of Abihail. These shall pitch on the side of the tabernacle northward. And under the custody and charge of the sons of Merari shall be the boards of the tabernacle, and the bars thereof, and the pillars thereof, and the sockets thereof, and all the vessels thereof, and all that serveth thereto, and the pillars of the court round about, and their sockets, and their pins, and their cords. But those that encamp before the tabernacle towards the east, even before the tabernacle of the congregation eastward, shall be Moses and Aaron and his sons, keeping the charge of the sanctuary for the charge of the children of Israel, and the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. All that were numbered of the Levites, which Moses and Aaron numbered at the commandment of the Lord, throughout their families, all the males from a month old and upward, were 22,000. Numbers 3, 1-39. We have in these verses the census of the Levites. There was a religious reason of a particular importance at stake. The law of the firstborn required that a substitute be given for all males in the 12 tribes. In verses 11-13, we are told that the Levites belong to God in a particular way. All peoples are His creation, and all are required to serve Him or be judged. The Levites, however, have a special status. God smote all the firstborn of Egypt. At the same time, He hallowed unto Himself all the firstborn of Israel, both of men and of animals. Instead of a like judgment of death on Israel, God took their firstborn for His service. All are God's property, but Levi, as the vicarious firstborn for all, represented the sentence of death and the deliverance of the atonement by the Passover lamb. The tribe of Levi thus had charge of the sanctuary and the sacrifices. The sphere of atonement and its ministry was under their jurisdiction. Then, verses 14-39, we have the Levitical census. Earlier, in verses 2-4, we have the family of Aaron listed, the priestly tribe. The sacrifices were more strictly their jurisdiction, while all other Levites had various responsibilities to the sanctuary and to God's people. In verses 5-10, the duties of the Levites in the wilderness are cited. Two in particular are specified here. First, the care and moving and erecting of the sanctuary is their duty. Second, the sanctuary must be guarded, and all unauthorized persons, trespassers, are to be put to death. Especially at this point, curiosity about the sanctuary made necessary a strong emphasis on the penalty. After the golden calf episode, the Levites, because of their faithfulness, became the firstborn among Israel's tribes. Very clearly, here and elsewhere in Scripture, status as the firstborn is a matter of privilege and grace. Moral failure, as with Reuben, could lead to demotion. In European society, primogeniture became a legal premise. First birth meant inheritance. In the Bible, moral qualification takes priority over a biological priority. Thus, disinheritance is an important biblical doctrine. The fallacy of premillennialism begins with the belief that Israel could not be disinherited by God, whereas Scripture makes it clear that not only were the 12 tribes replaced by the 12 apostles to form the new Israel of God, Galatians 6:16, but that the churches also can be judged and set aside, 1 Peter 4:17, Revelation 2:16, 3:16. In verses 11-13, we are reminded that all the firstborn belong to God. Since the firstborn represent the totality, this means that all people belong to God, and we are all accountable to Him for what we do with His property, ourselves and this world. This is a priestly responsibility, hence the doctrine of the priesthood of all believers. In Romans 15:16, Paul speaks of himself as a minister of Jesus Christ, ministering the gospel of God. The word translated as minister, and again ministering, is in the Greek leiturgos and hierogunta, priestly ministry or administration. Paul, while neither a Levite nor a descendant of Aaron, declares himself a priest of Jesus Christ. In verses 14 to 39, we have the enumeration of the subclans of Levi, named after his three sons, the Merarites, the Gershonites, and the Kohathites. The encampments had these families around the sanctuary in this fashion. Whereas the 12 tribes or clans numbered men in terms of their eligibility to fight, the numbering of the Levites was different. In verse 15 we are told, "Every male from a month old and upwards shalt thou number them." From their earliest days, the young Levites were set apart for service to the sanctuary. Specific services were assigned to each of the three subclans of the Levites, 4:15, 7:9. The location of the three subclans of the Levites and the fourth, the line of Aaron, around the sanctuary, had as its purpose a fact ably stated by F. W. Grant. The separation of the Levites to God for the work of the tabernacle is now declared. They are to be the bodyguard of the divine king. And as the priests go in to God to perform their intercessory service in behalf of the people, so the Levites keep them from the wrath that would follow the intrusion of the stranger into the tabernacle of God, the holy things of which they bear through the desert in all their journeyings. This is an important fact that men tend to forget, namely, that the tabernacle, later the temple, and now the church, must be seen as the palace of the great King, God the Creator. It must be protected from profanation, and it must be treated as a royal palace. The clergy now are to be, as the priests and Levites were then, a royal guard to prevent profanation and sacrilege. When priests and pastors are themselves the source of profanation, the people are far gone, and judgment comes upon all. This is why the Levites are described in verse 9 as wholly given to Aaron for the temple service. Theirs must be a complete surrender to their calling and to the defense of the royal house against profanation. The prescriptive nature of these verses is troublesome to the modern mind. We are accustomed to thinking that there is merit to a lack of order, and rules are often seen as burdens. However, as Joseph Parker commented, order is but another word for purpose, or another word for mind. The mechanism was not self-invented or self-regulated. Behind this military table of position and movement is the God of the whole universe. He is behind everything. For the modern mind, disorder and revolution spell freedom. As a result, whether it is in art, education, politics, religion, or any other sphere, revolutionary movements are encouraged and order is treated as an imposition. The significance of the Levites as a type is very great. They are given to us as the tribe or clan of the firstborn of Israel. As such, they represent the totality. There is a very important reference to this in Hebrews 12:23, which speaks of Christ's congregation as the general assembly and church of the firstborn. The firstborn of Egypt were all anathema to God and died. They represented his verdict on the world of covenant breakers. Jesus Christ, as God's firstborn and only begotten Son, died in the place of his people, his new humanity, to free them from Egypt, the fallen humanity, and its realm. In verse 39, we are told that the total number of Levites was 22,000. This number included all who were 1 month of age and older. We are not told why the Levites were numerically so much smaller than the other tribes. Perhaps the reason for this lay back in Egypt, in some harsher oppression of the Levites and their children. In verse 1, the word generations means in Hebrew the family records or history of those involved. The word has the same meaning in Genesis. Thus, Genesis is, and portions of other books are, family records compiled by the persons mentioned, here Aaron and Moses. Family records thus have an important place in the Bible. Genealogical tables are regularly given, not only for the covenant people, but at times for others as well. At present, any concern with genealogy is considered pretentious and is often ridiculed. While it is true that many approach their own genealogy with self-exalting hopes, the concern is basically a sound one. The family is basic to Christianity and its civilization, and the present indifference to one's ancestors is part of a belief that the individual is everything. Paul's works in 1 Corinthians 4:7 have a general application. For who maketh thee to differ from another? And what hast thou that thou didst not receive? Now, if thou didst receive it, why dost thou glory as if thou hadst not received it? Our family heritage should move us to both humility and gratitude.